you know anything better than a French countryside between Le Mans and the limit with Germany, maybe with Belgium, also with Netherlands? Welcome back, bienvenue to everybody, to all of you. Ciao from Marco from Monza. Are Marco injured? Are you scared by blood? Don't watch the next seconds, because I almost did kill myself while practicing running. This is my, how do you call it in English, I don't know, very full of liquid, and it's not the elbow, whatever it is. Anyway, today, if you don't like rain, go. If you don't like around the world in 24 hours, if you don't like whatever I do, please push the like button, just because I'm running with my injuries, to bring on your channels this year, luckily, prior to what is the French Revolution and the revolution that did bring the revolution people to the Bastille. It will happen on the 14th of July, if I'm not wrong. This year I'm a bit on time, but consider also that I will be devoted to the WEC at Monza this week, so I wanted to be sure to play as much as possible in advance, instead of being late like last year with the season 1 of Around the World in 24 hours, where the 2 hours of rain has been raised around the 20th of July. So good luck, best celebration and best love to our French friends. This year will be literally signed with blood my racing endeavor, and so will be okay. I mean, now I will just dress and wear a nice glove on my destroyed skin, and I will remember to myself that I'm old enough maybe to play video games, but when I run outside my town would be better, let's say, to stay where lights is doing a great job of illumination, when an old man like me tends to put his feet, because there are some trees showing off their roots between the asphalt, and every year the number of roots goes up, augmenting the number. So every year I come back on that corner running at my maximum speed, nothing very special. But what to say, when roots are 4 the first year, 5 the second year, 6 the third year in a row, well, I stopped to count at 5 this year. So instead of falling asleep, I did fall in another way. Anyway, welcome back on iKeysRacing. Ciao from Marco, everybody. Thank you very much, obrigado, muchas gracias, merci beaucoup, dankeschön, grazie, arigato, for subscribing, pushing the like button, and especially if today you don't like this episode, no problem, please just push the like button, because I'm racing injured. Nonetheless, I will bring you, I hope, a fair race. A fair race that is starting with a lot of smoke, so maybe there's someone cooking the engine or just crashing. We are in France, as was maybe obvious by my words. We will race it in 2 hours, cut down then with highlights, or at least where I do not shut up. The track itself is beautiful, in my opinion. There isn't fog or rain usually, just a car cooking an engine to death. And we will have the episode number 7 for this theme, so I can't wait to be on track, delivering all the power possible with my Ferrari 512S Coda Lunga, long tail, that will be our lady for today. So no more useless chatting, I just hope you are all very well and very happy, and we can go on track. But before going on track, just a couple of seconds to present the 35 cars running today, then the qualification, and then the race. So come with me in the pit to see a bit of beauties. So let's go briefly to see models. I will start, okay, let's start from the sport 5 liters cars. Porsche, the 917K will bring the Martini Racing International team number 2 and the number 08 from John Wire Automotive. It will be a strong battle against Lola, Scuderia Filippinetti, Grand Bahama Racing, and Richard Mille, René Arnoux with the number 33. They have one car more than Porsche and Ferrari that will feature the number 5 Jackie X Peter Schetti 005, and the number 07 you have seen maybe in the cover of the game will be us driving this 5 liters 12 cylinders model that will fake for a day for myself, for my idols, my heroes, Derek Bell and Ronnie Peterson on the same chassis. We will go down to 3 liters category. We have a never seen before Martini International Racing steel Porsche 90802, very similar to the one we have driven at Le Mans from the Solar production, faking to be Steve McQueen and Jackie Stewart, but will be a different livery not seen so far. We will have 3 Matra from the 1970. The Equipe Matra ELF 030. The model is obviously always the MS650 with a 12 cylinders naturally aspirated, driven by Jean-Pierre Jabouille and Patrick Depailler. Number 33 will see François Sever and Jack Brabham at the wheel, seen also at Le Mans. The other model, still from Le Mans, Henri Pescarolo and Jean-Pierre Beltour. 3 cars for the Matra, 3 cars for the Matra or Matra French equipe. Healy Repco, still in the 3 liters prototype, with the usual Donald Healy Motor Company, powered by the ex-Formula 1 Repco engine. We will see and we will drive this car very soon. Alfa Romeo will feature again the 36 white colored and the 35 yellow colored on the nose. Down one category if we like, still prototypes, 2.5 liters, Wiki Racing Team with the Langheck long tail Porsche 907. Last prototype for today, the Chevron B16, running a ring-free racing team, powered, if I'm not wrong, by a Cosworth engine, and the number 49, powered by a BMW 4 liters engine, with a beautiful green racing paint scheme. That's it. Now we go to the GT cars, starting from the usual couple Ford GT40, number 6 and number 7. The Porsche 911 ST 2.5 will bring the Jean-Pierre Gabin number 79, another iconic paint scheme. Still the 911, but the 3 liters version of the Eberhard Sindel Racing Team, sponsored by Camel. The model with 2.8 liters will be a Martini Porsche Racing, with a different also rear wing and less powerful than the 3 liters obviously. The Tommaso Pantera will bring a stock engine for Claude Dubois. This one still Camel sponsored, beautiful, but also Boss fine-tuned engine for the Écurie Franco-Britannique. Triumph, I wouldn't miss again Stockton and Glenside Motors after the Le Mans appointment. They will be together with the Alpine all-French equipe Bernard Colomb and Écurie Leopard, maybe a set of mobile chicanes like the Group 2 Porsche 914 or 914, Sonauto and Scuderia Lufthansa, but will add a bit of multicolored hot chili peppers around the track, especially with the difference of speed between prototypes and normal GT cars. We arrive then to the mix of Group 2, Ford Castrol Team Zakspeed with the RS 1600. We haven't seen very much this model, Consider it is a 2 liters, 4 cylinder, double on head cams 16 valves, mounted in front. The car is absolutely a pure raw GT daily car seen in the 70s. But we will have also the big sister, General Einziger, with the still Ford Bracapri RS 3100, as well as the model 2600 of the Ford BP Belgium equipe, very recognizable in a beautiful yellow line and bright green. Then BMW, this time no Derek Bell and Jackie X on the 3 liters CSL 3.3 liters, but with Mr. Quester and Mr. Ezeman, official BMW or BMW Motorsport. The 12 valves will be again also with the Jägermeister Alpina prepared model, still with a 3.3 liters, despite being registered, I don't remember why, within the 3 liters category, year 73, year 73. To me, they should have been basically the same. Alfa Romeo Giulia will bring just for Moscou team, or Moscow's, I don't know the right pronunciation, a beautiful Giulia 2000 GT-AM. This is very quickly the starting field for today, challenging ourselves on a sport 5 liters. This track is absolutely perfect to develop the maximum power available with this beast. The race itself will be at 2 hours to simulate 12 hours, so with a 6 time factor acceleration, starting at midnight like it was the 12 hours of Reims. 34 contenders, we will be the 35th, and I would say that's it. So let's go on track. And so welcome to the qualifying session. We'll leave until 23 minutes, 20 more or less. Guess what? There is Jackie X, Peter Schetti on top, 159.4, so quite a lap time to beat. It's yes, a race where every hour we will more or less register 30 laps in 2 hours, so will be ish 55 to 60, let's say 55 laps. And what else? We will qualify the car. I will show you the car setup for this one. That is a fake 3 laps coverage that in reality it's almost the double at 9000 RPM. Brake bias very oriented on the front. The steering lock is 27 degrees. It's almost an average that you could use also with the modern equipment without any issue. The caster, it's at the maximum, considering that apart from 2 hairpins we have let's say 3 dangerous long radius corners, so I wanted to have a stable car. Nonetheless, there is a front anti-roll bar not completely stiff. I'm running at 80 Newton per millimeters, toe in 2 degrees as maximum as possible, pointing the front, vice versa. Without the possibility to use wings on this car and on this era, we have an almost soft anti-roll bar but used at 30 Newton per millimeter. The toe in is plus 50 degrees, so tires are exaggerated like this. When they will rotate, they will go straight. At the front, vice versa, they are like this. The push of the car will make front tires do this movement. I noticed that the soft vintage compound at the front is okay. We will try the qualification with modern compound just to have a comparison, but consider that for the race maybe we will use a vintage or modern compound at the rear, because I was looking anyway for a hard compound, given that the rear end of the car tends to overheat at high speed. Differential 50%, so half opened while accelerating, 75 3/4 closed, or 1/4 opened while coasting, to avoid this movement while braking, but also powering with half of the differential unblocked helps a bit in the hairpins to make the car corner a bit better, but we will work on it because still I don't have the perfect setup from my point of view. From a inflating attitude, I had to go down 150, maybe 147, and also reduce the front stiffness by 1/4, more or less, without using the maximum stiffness also on the front springs. Reason is the car needs to force a bit the rear to swing because as a tendency is very understeering. The same can be said for the rear end. I was just wondering about the camber, but maybe we will have to prepare a non-symmetrical setup, and especially the right side of the car will be very needed, at least in the rear end, to, I would say, force the internal tire to work a bit, so maybe plus 2 degrees. So instead of making rear right tire like this, I'm tending to do like this, so when it is under forces while cornering on the right, may work not anymore like this but like this. So you have to anticipate. If you want a perfect surface touching internally, externally, and in the central part, the asphalt, you have to anticipate a bit of the grease to then counter-attack, let me say so, the effect of cornering. That's it. So let's go to save the car setup with also this first fine-tuning. Timing, as said, will be a benchmark, a 1:59. During practice I did run around 2 minutes, 05, 06. I don't think I will do much better, but let's see. Okay, this is the cockpit of the Ferrari 512, nice and old enough. I had to activate what is the virtual mirror because the only mirror you have is the one on top, but when you sit down, let's say it's in the video game without the virtual reality, it's not maybe the best choice to continuing watching on top. I mean, I can activate maybe quick look on top, but as you can see, it is not very visible. There isn't the real hole up there to let you watch and observe properly what is behind you. Anyway, the car is absolutely stunning, beautiful, like the one used in the movie Le Mans of Steve McQueen. So we can go back to the previous view. Let's go on track. We will have this sound with us up to 9,000 RPM, so really quite interesting and exciting to have such a powerful monster at our disposal. So let's go to find out our soft spot in the last 10 minutes. We will run for 2 or 3 laps, attempting to do our best, but will be not easy, believe me. These cars running more than 300 kilometers per hour are absolutely stunning, but difficult to drive, especially for a lemon like me. Originally the track was like Le Mans, if you like, 3 national routes, connected, 3 towns connected. The rest was just a pure French countryside. Beautiful. maybe a bit more inflated rear tires and a bit less front tires. We will fix it for the race. At least without the vintage compound, they do not overheat. Ooh, 156. Really? 3 seconds quicker than Jackie X and Peter Schetti. I cannot believe it. Sorry, because there is already a pole position. I would like to try the vintage soft and vintage at the rear. Let's try. I'm curious. And yes, maybe deflating a bit the front. 1 touch, 3 touches, and maybe going back to 0 camber here, and maybe this is the maximum. Okay, let's try to see if anything changes, because if it is all a matter of tires, I will use anyway the vintage compound instead of the modern one, but let's see. Maybe that was the reason behind a so powerful and competitive lap time. Okay, start-finish line with the vintage compound that I think will make the difference for the bed in my lap time, and I will go back to be slower 10 seconds than the current fake pole position I've recorded without wanting to do it. Apart from this brake action not wanted, as you can see, rear tires are already yellow. Is different, the behavior of the car, I must admit, goes back to be a bit more understeering than oversteering, or at least neutral. Yellow temperature, top left corner, already 2.4 seconds slower than the previous lap time. Let's try to arrive on the start-finish line to get another available lap. Will be difficult. Anyway, you can see how quick were sports 5 liters and prototypes back then. Absolutely monsters of 340 kilometers per hour, but with the technology of those days where engines were super powerful, but chassis, brakes and so on were what was available back in those days. And just think how Le Mans, and not only endurance world, helped to have better brakes, better everything. Now let's see, 58, 59. Okay, lost 5 seconds due to a different compound. Let's see if it was just for the braking action made here. Yes, definitely you lose a lot of front end. Yes, look how they suffer. Now, luckily we don't have any more the lap time. Because we got the checkered flag, but I'm sorry for not doing this race live, because I would have asked you if you prefer us to be competitive and run with modern compound or give up and fight with vintage compound. To be fair, I want to fight with vintage compound. So I don't like easy thing like starting with modern and just taking advantage of it. So if you don't mind, I honestly must accept at this point as a gift the 3 seconds point 2 quicker than anybody else, but for the race I do want to use a soft vintage at the front and a vintage at the rear, or maybe vintage and vintage, and that will be our race. I don't care if I will not win. I mean, it's more about what I can achieve for real if you pass me the word for real. So we save the game, continue to qualify 2. We will not participate in this session, but let's see if the others are going to improve, but I don't think so, honestly. They will run again 12 times with vintage equipment, and I know, we know, you know that the Lemon driving here is possibly having a performance around P10, P9 for real, if not P15. And I accept it for the race, especially will be at 2 hours. Maybe we can start to think about the car setup, because for what I see, every time you load 1 lap of fuel you get 2 laps, if not 3. So the 20 minutes maybe can be around 50 minutes. So maybe I can add just 1 stop of another 120 liters, and this will be 50 plus 50 more or less running for the entire race. There will be a 2 times factor of tire wear and fuel usage. Maybe we can think to add already a 3rd pit stop just in case it will be needed. At least it will be planned, but I think I will have to resist 45 minutes, 40 minutes with what is the current. So overall I would save with vintage compound front and rear. I will try to learn the car while racing, no problem. As anticipated, realism of 2 times tire wear and fuel usage is something that must be considered as a figure 2 times more convenient. So will be 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 40 minutes of coverage, but also I would say obviously will not last the set of tires so much. But anyway, I will start with the vintage compound, hoping to cope with 40 minutes for each stint, and that's it. So we can continue to race, hoping to not get fine. The usual bug of GTR2, we can reload the car setup to verify that everything is in place. Maybe we can just bring back a bit what is the brake bias. That's it, fine. let's save it again, let's go to the grid, and as maybe said or not, I don't know, the thing is 12 hours of Reims originally was the best endurance program before the Formula 1 French Grand Prix on Sunday. So this race for Grand Tourers, and in the 50s and the 60s maybe the word of prototypes was not yet acceptable, if you like this word, because they were not created yet in the modern manner we intend for them. But the race was starting at midnight, lasted until on Saturday, so in the night between Saturday and Sunday, midnight of Sunday already, lasted until 12 p.m. on Sunday morning, afternoon, more or less, and at 3 o'clock p.m. there was the French Formula 1 Grand Prix, but before there was the 12 hours of rain. To me it was absolutely magic. It has been magic to race the Peugeot 905 Evo 2 here 1 year ago. After 1 year, coming back with an Italian Ferrari as a manufacturer has won not only the around the world in 24 hours, 24 down to 4 hours of Le Mans with first and second position, but I wanted to bring this red prancing horse also here at Reims, hopefully to win. Okay, here we are, and I will leave the computer-controlled car bring us to the start-finish line, and then we will start this beautiful midnight 12 hours of Reims up to the start of the mid-morning on Sunday, like it was in the 50s and the 60s. And hopefully we will get a pace to go away and to possibly have a 1-2 with the Ferraris, the same that I wish to Alessandro Pierguidi, James Calado, Antonio Giovinazzi, Niklas Nielsen, Miguel Molina and Antonio Fuoco with the AF Corse, beautiful Italian Ferrari team in the WEC this Sunday at Monza. I will be there. If you happen to be there, I will grab a beer for you. See you at the start. Okay, should be a matter of moments. The safety car will lead the way. We will go down in first gear to have the maximum acceleration. And wish me luck, and thank you anyway for being here today, together with the 24 hours of Le Mans and the 24 hours of Daytona. This one is my best top 3 endurance race from the past. I hope that WEC and IMSA will learn to propose at least one race each year in this way, starting at midnight, finishing at 12 p.m. Be ready. Yes, maybe we overused a bit the clutch but who cares? Other thing will be stay away from the grass. Warm up tires as much as possible and run away. If you hear the rumble, it's the thunderstorm approaching Monza in these minutes. It's not my intestine, I mean. Virage de Mouison, still first. Let's hope to delete the slipstream effect. That was a particularity of not only endurance races but also Formula 1 races. This mod in the 70s never actually raced here. And this is what happens battling with cold tires, but we resist maybe, yes, better acceleration, but Jackie X will be back, I'm sure. In a couple of meters. Anyway, Ferrari 1-2, first lap, with the new fastest lap maybe. The Calvaire. Oof. Okay. But the quickest car on track now, after the first lap, is the Porsche 917K of Jochen Rindt, Joseph Firth, that did the violet-purple best lap time in the last passage. If you happen to race here, remember that you don't have to put minimally your tires outside the line, it will be a mess. So I'm strong in top speed but weak while braking. We scored the best lap time, 2 minutes. But again, Rindt, Seifert are quicker. Are quicker. Now let's understand if we let Jackie X go. Don't want to do a marmalade with the two Ferraris, but I don't want to give up so easily. Maybe a bad idea to move the brake bias to the front, to the rear, sorry, because the rear end is blocking a bit and I cannot control it being a car of the 70s. Car of the 70s that together with all the rest of the field didn't really race here at Reims for 12 hours, and also is my pure silly invention to choose to name it the La Bastille 12 hours, but I love France, I love French people. I wanted something to say happy. French Revolution for this 2023, while I lose a position in the braking zone because I was not, and I am not, better than Jackie X on braking. A 1000 kilograms Ferrari V12, but for the joy of the Commendatore, the Drake, we pass them again. No, they are quicker. I give up, don't want to create a mess. But maybe now the tires are more or less heated. We can go flat out at the Calvaire, the first corner. But here, guys, what is going on? The Alfa Romeo, look how much is rolling, and Jackie X ripped to make a mess. And yes, Jackie X is losing a lot, overlapping the Alpine. Did I break? The aerodynamics? No. My goodness. Okay, if the traffic will help, will help for the good, because I don't think I'm quicker than X Schetti and Reims Siffert. But if this is the pace, I will keep an eye on tire consumption, tire wearing. So the number of laps, so in 10 minutes we have used 50 liters. Yes, the Calvaire can be taken flat out, more or less. I think it will become a development of a threesome race, as X Schetti, Reims Siffert. The others do not seem to be I wanted to do it flat out, but I didn't want to screw the race. The others, to me, do not look in the possibility to keep our pace. But I'm happy that Monsieur Richard Mille and Monsieur René Arnoux are currently fourth with the Lola. I hope they will score some points today. But for the rest will be like in real life, a Ford versus Ferrari battle. 10 minutes gone. 5 laps completed. Look at the difference with the GT. We are almost stuck still. Okay, rear tires are consuming and wearing out much more than the front end. So if after 6 laps, 15 minutes more or less, we arrive to half of the grip of rear end, rear tires. Maybe it will be mandatory to refuel every 30 minutes to change tires, but at that point I want to understand how many liters of fuel load. First prototype, Chevron, struggling with a De Tomaso Pantera. .5 seconds of advantage, and who knows, the contenders, what will do with the strategy. For pure fairness, I will not change the compound, just refuel and continue to stay with this type of compound, the vintage one, the real one. If you want to get the real experience of driving 70s prototypes, is the choice I suggest, because the pole position we scored was, I would say, almost unreal, 3 seconds quicker. So yes, then I will shut up maybe until the pit stop, but 15 minutes, half of the rear grip, 1/3, 1/4 of the front grip. So every 30 minutes we will have to pit. And maybe the original 20 minutes coverage will work as a 30 minutes fuel coverage. And traffic is helping me. Look, the gap. With X Schetti and Reims Siffert. Good. Let's try to build a bit of momentum. Don't want to force some overlapped cars to let me through, but this one I've noticed was a complete moving chicane. So 20 minutes gone, it's like 6 times more, 120 minutes, so it's 2 AM in the morning, 12 seconds over Reims Siffert, 12 seconds over X Schetti. That scored the best lap time recently, if not in the last lap. 16 on Reims Siffert, 32 on Richard Mille René Arnoux, then the Alfa Romeo of Gallis Tommelen and Courage de Adamic, Lennep, it should be Gis Van Lennep, with the other Lola, if I'm not wrong. Okay, still 3 laps to go with the fuel. I've reduced the speed of wearing out of the rear end. I've cancelled the pit booking. Let's wait one more lap. And let's see the others if we'll stop or not. Whew. Okay, in the next lap we will do our pit stop. I don't want to risk to remain without fuel, 1. And 2, I don't want to play too much with tire wearing. They can betray you in a moment. We have almost 20 seconds of advantage over iKeysRacing. It's now time for silliness. For what I see, we are gaining thanks to traffic. Because the advantage we have is just more luckiness on passing cars, maybe on straights, and not having to every time tend to brake or slow down too much before corners or after corners.
Looks like there's a yellow flag in sector 3.
Why don't you work as a speed limiter? Fine, so it's perfect. I mean, 11 laps, we did 14, we changed tires, it's okay. Maybe iKeysRacing will pass, Gallisch-Tommelen will pass, but consider that our benchmark is Reims 3rd. Top right, P7, that already did the pit. But Ferrari mechanics were not ready. Yes. Maybe I've lost a bit entering the pit so slow, but I didn't want to get caught into a silly stop and go because overspeeding in the pit. iKeysRacing now are pitting. This is another good news. The thing will be if Gallisch-Tommelen Courage d'Adamic with a 3 liters prototype will do the same number of pit stops or not.
Careful on these new tyres and don't forget to warm the brakes up.
Yes, sir. X is stopped in a nice position. Okay, at least we are out before iKeysRacing. I will try to be less violent with the rear tires while accelerating, because if I can save a bit of fuel and do 1 lap more for each stint, I think could be the key point if the 3 liters prototype will not stop like us, because Gallisch-Tommelen, Courage d'Adamic, Gerard Rousse, Harriet Wickens are all 3 liters prototypes. No, they are stopping, fine. My fear was absolutely unjustified. So we are in the possibility to win this race, but I've lost too much time entering for the first pit stop, because now X-Schetti are 4 seconds far instead of 20. So I must arrive here, brake as much as possible in the last minutes. And be more aggressive. 30 minutes gone, 6 times more, it's like 180 minutes, 3 hours gone, so it's 3 AM in the morning. Harried Weekends Porsche stopping now. From 10 seconds down to 3.3 in front of us. Due to traffic and me losing the line, the pale blue Porsche in front is Gerard Larousse, but look back, I see 2 familiar front headlights similar to mine, because Jackie X is there. I was maybe too relaxed. So we pass maybe, yes, an overlapped Alfa Romeo, and this is Gerard Larousse, much slower with a 3 liters prototype. Let's hope he will fight. With Jackie X. Maybe they will lose a bit of time. We will see it in the rear mirror, sorry. I've also made a terrible braking action and stayed in second gear instead of first gear in the last hairpin. I didn't want to change gear while cornering with the fear of upsetting the car. So we overlapped Gallish Tommelen with the Alfa Romeo, and now maybe we passed Bonnier Di Lorenzo, sorry for not knowing an Italian driver. "40 minutes gone, 6 times more, it's 240 minutes simulated. It's 4 AM in the morning. And the moon is going down. You can see on the top right, she is beautifully falling down. And as you may notice, I'm not stretching the neck of the car, changing gears at 8000 RPM. a bit of fuel saving. Well, as you can see, the weather, well, the light is changing. At 4 a.m. and 30 in the morning, sorry. On a summer day like it was back in July, for the Formula 1 French Grand Prix, but especially for the 12 hours of Reims, or rain. Daylight is longer than night darkness. And here we are, with the arrival of the morning, and with a lot of clouds. Will it rain? Usually GTR2 is not famous for having a changeable weather condition unless you play with it. Well, a bit of clouds, more than many clouds. And with a heavy heart, I'm overlapping the two Matras, 2 out of 3 if they are still running. Initially I wanted to race this particular 12 hours with a Matra, but counting the type of cars driven so far, there was a missing spot for a second time a prototype, a sports car of 5 liters. I did want to give a bit of variety to the theme, because we raced just once a 5 liters sport. At Riverside with a beautiful Lola MK 3B. We will race also very bad, very bad. We will race also the Mark 3C before the end of the season. But I was trying also to more or less combine track nationality with car manufacturer nationality. So we still have Rouen Les Essarts to race with a Matra or an Alpine, we will see. There will be Spa in Belgium, French-speaking country, so why not drive there a Matra or a Porsche? We will see. And here we are, 5 AM in the morning, in the northeast of France. 2 hours eastbound from Le Mans. So you may notice also that in the calendar of these themes I propose, like Sports Car 100, this Around the World in 24 Hours Season 2, or I was thinking also about the WEC 2015 season. I tend to organize in a sustainable way races, country by country, city by city. I think that Formula One organization can learn a bit from us as iKeysRacing community about logistically respect more the planet, so maybe grouping races in US, East Coast, West Coast, wherever, in Europe, instead of doing the ping pong and then declaring that they want to be sustainable, ping pong across the planet, I mean. I think it could be a choice also for drivers' family to be closer to their fathers or mothers racing. Who knows, maybe before I die we will say that we have given a decent idea to Formula One organization, differently from WEC that instead makes things much better. They go in Sebring to test for the prologue, they race there, they come to Europe, they stay there for 3-4 months, Le Mans included. Then after the summer they go in countries where the summer is finishing or is still approachable from a weather and season point of view. And despite driving 2 seconds slower than my best personal, we are using a bit less rear tires, good sign. We are coping with the traffic, if not in a relaxed manner, not in a rush. Gaining almost 30 seconds on Jack X. So in the tradition of GTR2 we are not maybe facing the possibility of the rain arriving. It's 5:30 AM in the morning. Clouds here and there, but maybe it's just a graphical matter. Reims third pitting now. I am almost tempted to stop too. I don't want to force things. Rear tires are anyway almost gone. Ooh, the sun, sorry, completely destroyed my view. I was not expecting. Fine, everything like before. No repairing this race. 2 stints without issues. Sorry, I do not recognize myself. Now let's see. We almost overlapped everybody, but stopping now we will lose half lap. Xschetti stopping now. So another time, same strategy for both the garages of Ferrari. This one was the Cefac Ferrari SPA original racing company, or racing division I should say.
Careful on these new tyres and don't forget to warm the brakes up.
The beauty of endurance races anyway is unbeatable, I think. Good morning, sleepers. It's 6 a.m. in the morning. Okay, let's see how many seconds I've lost this time with Xschetti. Are they still there? Yes. No rush. Cold tires, cold brakes. Okay, maybe they moved now outside the pit, so more or less the gap is the same. No, Marco, no. What's going on here? Matra, so we have lost something. So no time yet to turn off the lights. We will check. Yeah, no. Let's keep them. Beltois Pescarolo, the Matra was retiring. The blue car we have seen with yellow flags. Okay, pitting now the Alfa Romeo of Courage de Adamic. So maybe they will go back to P6 or 7. Losing at least 1 minute. So again confirmed, here they are, confirmed that we have not to fear 3 liters prototypes. They do need the same amount of fuel, luckily, despite being lighter and more drivable. So Reims was, I would say, almost like Le Mans, long straights where, especially here, raw power was absolutely the key point to win the overall classification. Not yet, 6:30 in the morning, more or less, after 65 minutes past. Yes, when you're in the shades, you lose a bit visibility, so let's keep until the sun will be not perfectly on our heads. lights turned on, headlights turned on, and I must say that I'm decently happy so far with my performance. Some mistakes here and there, yes, but overall more or less controlling the scenario, the situation, the development of the race. But I've promised to myself that when we have a car to win, we must win. I must win. I must do everything possible to give you the best performance. "7 a.m. in the morning. Cheap, cheap, cheap. People waking up thanks to the sun. 50 minutes to go. 5 hours. There's a Triumph. No. I've seen a Triumph. I've seen a Triumph parked, and thank you to Jackie X. Thank you very much. I was looking and understanding that I had the splitter broken, so even if I want I cannot turn anymore. So this changes completely the strategy lemon that I am. We were the hunted, now I am the hunter. And as you have seen, for a tiny centimeter placed outside the racing line of the Calvaire, and now, wow, the car almost flies, so I cannot drive this way. Maybe we'll do a bit more. And the front end is blocking, my goodness. I've been very lucky, believe me. Jackie, I love you, but see you later. Go. We will lose a lot of time also for the repairing. Damned. And I will risk to screw up the race so much with all the time lost to just arrive in P6. So this stint and the next one, because I think I will have to stop a few minutes before the end, but maybe we will load just less fuel. So now we'll be flat out and calculating how many laps needed.
Hurry up, we're losing positions.
and maybe we will try to do also the best lap time, because 45 minutes will be, yes, another stop for sure. No, also I told you I would have been cocked, but stop and go. Okay, let's do it now. Okay, Arnaud, Richard Mille will stop now. Oh, they are stopped already, they are pitting, sorry. And they will do it again after 30-35 minutes, maybe at the end. It was almost an easy victory. Bravo Marco. Okay, just aero, luckily. I mean, it's here. How many minutes is the stop and go? Okay, I will try 40 minutes of qualifying pace. I will not speak, sorry, I must concentrate as much as possible. I will cut down every lap maybe in the video editing. Jackie X out. Karma. Jackie X out. Not orthodox move, but we unleft ourselves, you will see when we'll transit on the start-finish line from Rindsifert with the Porsche, so we are in the leading lap currently. Let's see the update with X-Sketty if they recovered or not. They are screwing up also their race with another mistake, so I feel less an idiot, but still an idiot. Pit on pit, Gerard Rus stopping now, good. Oof. I didn't see the chevron. I didn't see the chevron. I was looking at the classification. Idiot I am. This X Sketty back on top, so it was just a mistake. Differently from myself, they are great drivers and they have already solved the problem. X Sketty last passage 2 minutes 06. Let's see our lap time. It's almost 9 AM in the morning, but now I'm not going to comment anymore the race in its development. I will just focus on going flat out. 1:59.4 personal best. And best lap of the race so far. Keep an eye on top right corner, which will be the next passage of X Sketty. Because if we can recover 6 seconds per lap, they are pitting, good. And then maybe going to the end, maybe yes. It's true that maybe we are passing X Sketty exiting from the pit now. Maybe. Oof. Yes. But they will not stop anymore. Instead we will have another pit to do, because my stupid distraction of looking at a car, a Triumph maybe, retired, and the will to comment it screwed up the strategy. Marco is an idiot. So now the only thing I can do is build up momentum, build up everything, go flat out, and what will happen will happen. Okay, 25 minutes to go, 2 hours and a half more or less, every 10 minutes is an hour. But I can start to say that thanks to my idiocy, or thanks to me being idiot and screwing up things, we will not win the race at this point. I'm not gaining too much behind against X Sketty, they will not stop anymore. I'm not gaining enough or recovering enough in front. Luckily 1 second per lap is not enough to do something different. I'm not scared about Courage de Adamic, because they will stop sooner or later when we will stop in 2 or 3 laps. But even if I pass Reims and Siffert, they will not stop anymore. And apart from this, when we will do the pit stop in 2 or 3 laps from now, I will then have again 1 minute to recover. It's impossible. It's impossible. Unless they stop again in the last minutes, but it's impossible. They should have a crash, they should have a bad moment with the overlapped cars. And then if I do this, so now yes, we will lead for a couple of laps, but nothing more. Between the pit stop, the last one, and the possible last 15 minutes flat out phase, if we are lucky, we will get a pit 5. Okay, next lap we will stop. Few cents gained, but the race is gone. Yes, 6 seconds also of repairing, yes, just to be sure to have the car at the maximum of their performances, of its performance. But Reims first gone. This is Harriet Weekends X Schetti. Yes, maybe it will be a P3 because Courage the Adamic, I'm not sure they will say. I'm so stupid to have loaded all the fuel. Well, it's okay. I'm not sure how many laps, I've not counted how many laps left. They can be 10, like 15, maybe 10, but I'm sure it's okay. At least I don't have to regret again to have loaded less than needed. The tires were mandatory to be changed, the fuel was mandatory to be done. Yeah, the race will be against Courage and the Adamic. So let me see, 13, 14, 16, we will exit with 25 seconds of gap, I think. Let's try it minimum a podium. Yes, we will need 7 laps or 8 depending on when will happen. The last lap called tyres mark, remember. ABS. And X-Sketty did also the best lap time again. "11 minutes to go" is more or less 1 hour and a bit until the end, 6 times factor. We have maybe 5 to 6 laps to play. Hopefully regaining 5 seconds per lap should allow us at least to arrive in on the podium if I will not screw up something else. Sorry in advance. And you can have the comparison between the last gap, 24.4 seconds to P3, top left corner, then 20 seconds instead in real time. It's very useful instead of updating on every time, every second the gap. You understand how much you are gaining or losing. No. This is not good. This is not good. Bang. Okay. Say goodbye also to the podium. I tried so hard, but I'm just crawling in the P4, featuring a famous band of some years ago, Limp Bizkit. No, they don't remember. They lost the singer for a suicide. And with the silliness of the last mistake, I've lost 16 seconds compared to my 2 minutes per lap top performance. Second race in a row after the WEC with the best, the quickest car, but I screw up for silliness. Instead of improving, 6 minutes to go. It's 36 minutes of race, will be 3 laps. 4 maybe. Slipstream of the Ford GT, the only slipstream Real had today. Best performance. but not even the best lap time of the race. The record remains to X Schetti. And despite the mistake, X Schetti back on top. Who knows if Courage the other... Reed Swift P3. Are they retiring? They are not in the pit. They are just slow. Here they are. They're crawling. Good. Not again, eh? Okay, hopefully will be a podium without mistakes, but top left corner, 19 seconds of gap from Courage de Adamic with the 3 liters on a racetrack where the 5 liters are absolutely a better machinery, gives you the point of how scarce I am. On managing what I have. True that maybe I drive much better when I'm under pressure than when I speak and sleep here and there. But again, in a 2 hours race, it's stupid to make mistakes of distraction, of lack of patience. Like this one. X Schetti in the pit. Really? So if they cut now the start-finish line, there will be another lap. Maybe not. Unbelievable. Courage de Adamic on top. Last lap. ERP2, X Schetti retired. Can you believe it? An Alfa Romeo 3 liters will win a race here. The time has gone. 10 seconds. 9 seconds. I mean, even without the last mistakes, I would have one lap more and we would have won. And yes, Piers Courage and Andrea De Adamic by few seconds. We saved the honor of Ferrari today, but guys, without the last mistakes, 2 at least, we would have won. I can't believe it. The red car. The red car in front is the Alfa Romeo, winning for the second time in this season. We won with the car as we are approaching in Monza under the rain, but there were favorable conditions, to be fair. Bravi, bravi, bravi. A win of consistency, considering that, if I'm not wrong, Gallish Tommelen finished 7th. Bravi. And without the stop and go, we would have won, despite the crash, despite everything. Sorry guys, boys, girls, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize, sorry. Race by race, my mistakes are absolutely becoming an issue. So let's get rid of the light. Bang. Okay, I can maybe remove gloves. Yes, we finished in the top 3, saving Ferrari today, but screwing up a race already easily winnable, if not completely won. Let me see my... Ooh. I will not show you my blood. In the meantime we can continue. What a disgusting thing. No, I will not show you, sorry. This thing will be not published ever. I just tell you that there is a bit of blood here, but... Okay, back to seriousness. Courage De Adamic, Piers Courage, Andrea De Adamic, the Italian and the French driver, win second for the second time in the season with an Alfa Romeo T33 prototype, 3 liters. Bravo Marco. Then, as Derek Bell, Ronnie Peterson, second, 9 seconds point 6. Without the last stop and go would have been an easy one race. Jochen Rindt and Joseph Furt, third, with the Porsche 917K. René Arnoux and Richard Mille, Lola T70 Mark III, good. Arens van Lennep with the other Porsche 917 Martini Racing, I think, yes. Gerard Larousse, Porsche 908.2, Gallish Tommelen, Alfa Romeo T33, X Schetti, they close anyway in P8, Harry Wiki with the Porsche 907 Langheck Longtail, 10th, luckily at least Samatra scored the last point available. This is for prototypes and sports car that here really dominated. If we get to Group 2, 3, 4 for GT cars, we have Jackie X Oliver in the 69 version with the Ford GT40, Joysten Muir Group 2 BMW 3.0 CSL 12 valves, Chasseul Vinatier De Tomaso Pantera with the Boss engine, 4th Robert Hahn with the Porsche 914-6, 5th and 6th, I'm happy, the Alpine A110, good, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th Moscow's with the Alfa Romeo Giulia 2000, 8th the Ford Capri of Birrell Bourgogne, 9th Klaus Ludwig with the Ford Capri RS 3100, 10th the Stockton Grande with the Triumph, the TR4. We will drive the Triumph sooner or later, I promise. So these are also the first 10 for the classification of each class. Many retirements, but mainly on GT cars, because the only retired early prototype is the Beltois Pescarolo on lap 26 for engine. The Triumph I've seen crashed was maybe the Dick Stockton that distracted me. Well, I've been so stupid to be distracted by a Triumph parked close to the exit of the Calvaire, so stupid me. Let's go to see the best lap times. Come on, again, come on. In the WEC appointment race number 4 at the Nürburgring, Hockenheimring, I was the quickest. Here I was half a second slower than X Schetti, but I mean I had, come on, almost 1 full second of advantage of pure performance against Reims third, 2 seconds over, and sorry, 1 second point 3 over Arens Van Lennep with the other Porsche 917, and 2 seconds clear from the Lola. Come on, Marco, come on. Stupid average Italian. Sorry guys, I apologize. Forgive me for stupid. Despite not being the quickest on track and paying quite a lot, half a second with the same car to X Schetti, we could have won this race if it wasn't for me. So pole position, let's say fake, but let's accept it. Second place and second best lap time. Sorry. But we'll follow the classification updated. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy also the cut down edited version of this race. Silliness assorted with iKeysRacing, with Marco driving from Monza and from the virtual Reims G, where unluckily the 7th appointment half of the season hasn't seen a victory again. So if I'm not wrong, the last victory is Monza with the 1000 kilometers Trofeo Caracciolo simulating the 6 hours, and Daytona with the GT40. But for the rest, some podiums here and there, okay, but very scarce. I mean, we had 2 wins that I did screw up for my mistakes, nothing else. Yes, it's true, I should prepare more, do offline, practice more, but the problem is I don't have enough time to do it. So unluckily we must rely on what we get, and what you get is this face. Anyway, see you on Monza Autodromo Nazionale, just in case you should come together with the other 80,000 tickets sold for the WEC, the 6 hours of Monza. Said we'll follow the manufacturer's updated classification. I fear that until next week I will not publish anything, and so that's it. Just thank you very much, arigato, dankeschön, merci beaucoup, muchas gracias, grazie, obrigado for staying with me and for bringing me luckiness despite my issues. And what else? Stay very well, stay into keen racing. Thank you very much again to new and old subscribers for pushing the like button and watching these videos. Thank you very much, you make my day. And appointment to the next week when we will see something else for sure. In the meantime, stay very well, best wishes to you all. Ciao, bye bye, thank you very much again. Ciao, see you very soon, bye bye.